The human ear is a highly skilled organ which can distinguish between 7,000 different pitches and enables the brain to locate sound sources. But what happens in case of dysfunctions? More than 80% of all people with hearing impairment are affected by a so-called sensorineural hearing loss caused by dysfunctions in the cochlea. There are fine hair cells responsible for sound transmission. The 3 rows of outer hair cells react to soft sounds and sharpen the differences between similar sound frequencies. The inner hair cells react to loud sound. Together, they result in a smooth perception of the full sound range and a good separation of similar sounds. The fine hair cells can be damaged, for example, by injuries, illnesses, noise exposure, or general wear and tear. In the affected areas, the nerve cells are no longer stimulated effectively, resulting in not enough or distorted impulses being transmitted to the brain for sound processing. Typically, it's the high frequencies that are affected first, as the respective hair cells are located at the entry of the cochlea, where every sound wave passes by. This normally leads to difficulties in hearing and understanding soft, high-pitched sounds, such as S or TH, which in normal hearing help us to distinguish words like pass and path. Hearing loss is a process that normally develops over many years, and no 2 cases are the same. However, modern hearing instruments can compensate for most hearing losses with intelligent technology.
Meet Mary. She just got caught in an unexpected summer rain. And obviously, she's not worried at all, even though she wears hearing aids. I think I know why Mary isn't worried. Let's take a closer look. This is Aquarius in 4 minutes. Mary has Aquarius. Aquarius is Siemens' first truly waterproof hearing instrument. And waterproof means not just splash-resistant. Let's take a closer look at the details. First of all, there is the housing or outside case of the hearing aid. It follows the simple concept of a bottle. In other hearing aids, seams between housing parts and exposed openings can make the delicate electronics vulnerable to harmful elements. But Aquarius is much different. Similar to a bottle, the housing is all one piece. The only opening is the battery door. To prevent water from coming into the battery compartment, there is a watertight silicone seal on the battery door. But in order to be able to use zinc-air batteries, air must be able to enter the instrument. So, Siemens also uses a special membrane for the battery door. Similar to the breathable fabric of Mary's sports jacket, it lets air in but keeps water out. Okay, the battery is safe. Now, what about protecting the microphone? Well, actually it functions like Mary's eardrum, which is sensitive to sound waves but waterproof. Similarly, Aquarius has an ultra-thin protective membrane over the microphone, a kind of eardrum. This membrane is covered to prevent any damage. Another important part of the hearing aid that needs to be protected from water is the receiver. But even going for a swim is possible for Mary, because the ear hook, together with an individual ear mold for swimming, keeps Aquarius absolutely waterproof. A nano-coated grill inside the screw cap helps to protect the receiver. An extra gasket seals the connection between the housing and the electronics, ensuring that absolutely no water can sneak inside. That's Mary at work, restoring old furniture. Whoa, there really is a lot of dust and dirt in her shop. But as you probably already guessed, Mary doesn't mind because Aquarius also has no problem whatsoever with all the dust. It even conforms to the globally recognized standard IP68. This means it withstands an 8-hour test in a dust chamber and continuous immersion in water 1 meter deep. Speaking of dust, dirt, and water, Mary can also count on Aquarius when she's out mountain biking. In jarring situations like this, she used to worry constantly about losing her hearing instruments. But not anymore, thanks to the new soft touch lacquering. The high-quality soft rubber surface ensures that Mary's instruments stay put. Oh, watch out, Mary! Very good. When the going really gets tough, Mary uses the sport clip, which attaches Aquarius securely and prevents it from slipping off. Well, it seems like with Aquarius, Mary found the perfect hearing aid for her everyday life. So, no worries, Mary. Enjoy life without limits.
Sensorineural hearing loss usually affects the high frequencies to a greater extent than the low frequencies. So, for individuals with sensorineural hearing loss, it can be especially challenging to differentiate high-frequency information. This audiogram shows a steeply sloping hearing loss. You can see that the fricatives located on the right side in the high-frequency area are not audible for this client. Even with traditional means of amplification, the severity of the hearing loss could inhibit the intelligibility of high-frequency information. Micron frequency compression is a nonlinear function that compresses higher frequencies and moves them into lower frequency regions where there is better residual hearing. Let's look at this in more detail. Two important parameters come into play here: Fmin and Fmax, which are the frequencies between which the compression occurs. With the frequency compression feature, everything above Fmin will be compressed to the range between Fmin and Fmax. Let's listen to the effect of different settings for Fmin and Fmax. First, you will hear a normal, unprocessed sound example where the higher frequencies are clearly audible. You will now hear the same example again, but processed to simulate a steeply sloping hearing loss like on this audiogram. Now let's apply frequency compression to the audio example with a very high compression ratio. Please listen again. As you can hear, this entirely changes the listening experience. Now let's hear what a different compression setting sounds like, moving both Fmin and Fmax further up. Please listen again. With Micron, Siemens has determined the optimum frequency compression settings, following research-based recommendations. It is designed to be used only when audibility cannot be restored by traditional means of amplification. Siemens frequency compression preserves the sound quality of the output signal. The resulting signal sounds as natural as possible to the hearing aid wearer. Finally, let's look at frequency compression in the Connect software. Frequency compression is activated by first fit if the calculated insertion gain provides insufficient speech intelligibility, especially for the high-frequency fricatives. You can manage frequency compression on the fine-tuning page. In the curve display, the colored area shows the frequency compressed region. The gray area indicates the region where no amplification is provided. To account for individual differences, Connex provides two independent sliders for Fmin and Fmax. This gives you the flexibility you need to fine-tune frequency compression. Please keep in mind, however, that the brain needs time to acclimatize to the frequency compressed sound. Please allow the wearer at least 2 weeks wearing time between each frequency compression adjustment before judging sound quality and audibility. For individuals whose hearing loss inhibits the interpretation of high-frequency information, even with traditional means of amplification, micron frequency compression may significantly improve speech intelligibility. When advancing the technology of hearing instruments, our greatest inspiration is always the healthy auditory system. Take the complex binaural hearing processes in our brain, for example. Through mechanisms like binaural redundancy, binaural squelch, and binaural directed hearing, our brain filters out background noise in difficult listening situations and maintains spatial perception. Inspired by these processes, Binax, the next generation of best sound technology, offers unique features that are able to help hearing instrument wearers handle the most challenging situations with ease. It is so powerful that, as a world first, it enables wearers to understand speech in demanding environments even better than people with normal hearing. This effect has been proven in 2 independent studies. This is achieved by linking both instruments in a bilateral fitting to create a virtual 8-microphone network. The result is unprecedented HDSR, high-definition sound resolution. Binax ensures exceptional soundability, the ideal balance between sound quality and audibility for each individual hearing instrument wearer. With 3 new features, Binax Focus, Binax Sound, and Binax Guide, Binax delivers an outstanding binaural listening experience, automatically, all the time, and with exceptionally low power consumption. For individuals with hearing loss, it is especially challenging to follow a conversation when there's a lot of background noise. Other conversations going on all around can be very distracting. In these challenging situations, conventional directional microphone systems may not be enough. For these situations, Binax offers narrow directionality. Whenever necessary, narrow directionality activates automatically and narrows the beam of the directional microphone in order to attenuate distracting noise even more. In fact, clinical studies have shown that narrow directionality is so effective that it allows wearers to understand speech better than those with normal hearing in situations like cocktail parties. With virtually no increase in power consumption, narrow directionality significantly improves speech intelligibility compared to conventional microphone systems. Of course, in real life, speech does not always occur from the front. Just think of a car ride. Quite often, the person speaking will sit behind or next to the listener. In a car, Binax continually scans the listening environment for speech. When speech is detected, spatial speech focus focuses the directivity of the microphones towards it, even if it comes from the side or behind. Thanks to HDSR, which allows dedicated processing in different frequency areas, spatial speech focus delivers true directivity to the side and back while maintaining localization cues. Even in challenging situations, speech becomes more intelligible, no matter where it comes from. When going for a walk, wind noise picked up by the hearing instrument microphones can be loud and distracting. Usually, we instinctively turn our heads away in strong winds. However, for the wearer, this means that one of the hearing instruments picks up more wind noise than the other. This can not only be irritating, it also makes listening to speech more difficult. The new binaural e-windscreen transmits part of the microphone signal from the side with less wind to the side with more wind. Thanks to HDSR, only the strategic part of the signal is streamed, so that spatial perception is maintained. E-windscreen activates automatically when necessary and is available in every hearing instrument program. Binaural e-windscreen delivers unmatched sound quality and ensures listening comfort and speech intelligibility without compromising spatial cues. All the automatic features in Siemens hearing instruments mean that they always adapt to changing acoustic situations to provide the wearer with the optimal listening experience as much as possible. In a busy cafe, for example, the hearing instruments automatically suppress the background noise and engage the directional microphones so that the wearer doesn't miss out on any speech that may occur. However, there might be situations where such automatic settings are not what the wearer wants. Maybe in that same cafe, there are people chatting away at the table in front of the wearer. But instead of listening in on that conversation, the hearing instrument wearer would prefer to take in the general ambiance. This is why Siemens introduces the new spatial configurator, which allows the wearer to dictate how he or she wants to hear in these special listening situations. The wearer can use the hearing instrument rocker switch or the EasyTech app to directly adjust how much of the acoustic environment to take in, or even indicate which side the directional microphones should focus with the EasyTech app. The spatial configurator is easy to use and delivers the most personal binaural listening experience ever. Binax is the latest platform behind best sound technology. Featuring Binax Focus, Binax Sound, and Binax Guide. Binax is inspired by the natural binaural hearing processes to help hearing instrument wearers focus on what they want to hear, even in the most challenging situations. The result is exceptional sound ability. Binax, the world's first technology that outperforms normal hearing.
EasyTech offers easy streaming, easy pairing, ease of use right out of the box. It is made for iPhone, and it is also compatible with Android phones and any other phone that is Bluetooth capabilities. So what that means is if your patient has a Bluetooth phone, they can pair it to the EasyTech, and the EasyTech will then stream that sound directly to their hearing instruments. The EasyTech is worn around the neck, so for streaming with a phone, this allows for hands-free capabilities for that patient. And with the audio line in, you can directly plug into an MP3 player, a computer, to stream the sound directly to the EasyTech and to the instruments themselves. We also have an FM input. This allows you to plug in an FM receiver, and that allows for FM capability for both hearing instruments with one receiver. With the multi-function button, if you're watching TV and you're connected to the transmitter that's connected to the TV and you receive a phone call, all you have to do is press the multi-function button and you're able to answer that call with one touch.
Hello?
The multi-function button also works as a remote control. If you have multiple programs in the instruments, you press the multifunction button to change the program that you would like to access at that time. One of the options with EasyTech is to add additional transmitters. So we have two transmitter options. One transmitter option is for the television, and one is for the VoiceLink, which is our companion mic. So if you have a patient that is very active and they go to numerous meetings, they have the opportunity of just adding the VoiceLink transmitter to the EasyTech so that they can listen to the primary speaker at any of those conferences or meetings. In addition to the EasyTech, we have the EasyTech app that is available through the Google Play Store or the App Store. The EasyTech app allows an experienced wearer to control the directional microphones in an ambiguous environment. So there are two components. There's the spatial configurator span, which allows them to broaden or narrow the area of focus in any situation. The second is the spatial configurator direction. This allows that experienced wearer to choose the directivity or the true directivity to the front, to the back, to the right, or to the left. And they access that through the EasyTech app. So Siemens offers a lot of versatility for our patients with our new EasyTech and EasyTech app. The patient can connect to a number of different audio sources, whether that's a phone, a tablet, a TV, or even our VoiceLink companion mic.